everyone. You will need this in a few seconds. I will tell you how it goes. Yes, my talk is about the question, does research data management need a cultural change? And the source is a discussion on Mastodon of the NFDI Mastodon instance with the hashtag NFDI 3 questions 3 hours. And I will slam it not in 3 hours, but in less than 10 minutes. So, so there's the NFDI Mastodon instance, and there's an account of the NFDI Verein, and we also have an NFDI for data science an account, and yes, there's a link to the 3 questions. And now I need some more preparations. I'm no longer Christine. I'm doing a change to someone with ears. Tell you in a minute. Hello. My name is Mastodon. Mastodon 2.0. I live in a distributed social network. This is called the Fediverse. That is a combination of federation and universe. I brought some pictures with me. These big ears, this trunk, and a tail. That's my tail. With my tail, I can connect USB-C, USB, power grid. I can connect to other Mastodon instances. Let's check this. Okay. I can also connect to you. So when I'm here, I love food. Especially I love brain food. My absolute favorites are hashtags. I neither tweet nor do I zwitscher. Instead I toot or tröd. And I tell you how this goes. I had to check this in advance. I got it. But as you see, I have a better one. Good. Now I need your help to reach out to the Mastodon NFDI community and beyond. Please tröd every time you see a hashtag. If you don't have one of those tröds and don't able to use your voice, you can also step. Let's socialize. We tested with the hashtags, though I read through and then every time I say hashtag, then we tröd, okay? So, with the idea for the Science Slam, I have posted at the NFDI for Data Science 2 in August. Nobody reacted on that, so I decided on my own. So, I have hashtag NFDI 3 questions 3 hours. How about this? Make this discussion a presentation at the hashtag NFDI hashtag science hashtag lab organized by hashtag NFDI 4DS. You are very welcome. That works. Thank you for connecting. I like it. So, question 1. There's not so much hashtags, but you have to count them. And you have to deduplicate, and you have to build an apology. I'm asking you afterwards if you did it right. Question 1. What do you understand under the term cultural change in the context of research data management? Some truth on that. What culture are we talking about? The culture of science. Science, okay. Various disciplinary subcultures. Think abstract. question first. Eat your own dog food. I like food. No works for me mentality. Prepare, format, annotate, packaging, prepare the data for publishing, possibly keep private until finished, then use that for your research. If something is missing, you notice first. You start thinking how the data contributes via the data lifecycle to science in general. You realize by hashtag there is needed, and in doing so, how hard it is, and that support would be helpful. The process to make RDM practices common and have them valued as a scientific contribution. Make RDM, research data management, and its results part of education and evaluation. Cultural change means that all of us need to change, and that makes it a massive undertaking. Make RDM an integral part of the scientific process and not just use a possible annoying add-on. Cultural change in RDM involves the question how we define the worth of data. So that were the answers on question 1 in short on this hashtag. And now comes question 2. What are barriers to cultural change? Some tools on that. It takes time, at the onset, to set up the proper data management procedures, but it takes much more time to attempt to add them later. That's on us. I'll do that proper later. And then something else gets in the way. It is on others to appreciate if someone goes the extra mile and he already changes the CV template beyond the top 10 publications to allow us to present the entire picture of research. We need the recognition and pressure sometimes by peers to adopt and adapt our practices. Missing time and thus attention or a lack of extra resources, buffers or time buffers for example, to cope with change. Hashtag RDM can be seen as an investment that will pay off at some point. The ones setting the agenda, deciding about the money, are not the ones with the biggest pains about a lack of change. The already overloaded and engaged enthusiasts can only push so far. I would say today we have an audience full of enthusiasts, so an extra thank you. A lack of commitment by leadership will stop any change. And that was question 2. Coming to the last question, 3 questions. Still 2 hours left also. Okay. What are the incentives for data sharing? Some tools. Most tools were on this question, so we have 2 slides. Let's see if there's more hashtags. The biggest incentive is not having to hunt down former students who moved on about their data. So if the students are no longer there and you don't have their data, well. Maybe part of the cultural change is accepting that the return on investment may not come for you, but for others, or may not come at all in some cases. I like this experience, someone said, because it is concrete and happens at a level where you yourself can introduce and sustain a cultural change and also recap the benefits yourself. Selfish reasons for RDM. I like this one. It's long, makes me lecker. Appreciation and acknowledgement. This begins on a peer-to-peer or team level and should continue up to scientific communities, funders, and so on. Especially in regard of the first, social support, established time for reviewing each other's code, data, etc. could be framed by ordering pizza, food, or treating each other, more food, to some reward after the work is done. Cake, more food. Makes your own work much more effective. Future you is your best collaborator, facilitates innovation and speeds up advances in research, gets you promoted quicker. So also other people might help you. Connection is also good promotion always. More on this interesting question about incentives. To achieve fair data, reviewers need to consider shared data and artifacts in paper evaluations. This directly aligns with the author's goals of getting papers published. Not just an incentive, but a strong policy. Don't review for journals that don't have strong policies for openness and reproducibility. That will reduce your workload and make your reviews more interesting. That's an incentive. Which leads to the question whether journals will need data reviewers, similar to some asking if you review the statistics in the paper. Not every expert is a statistics or data wizard. So who's data wizard here? Hey, come on, you are there. Nobody? Yeah, me too. Even if reviewers do not actually review the data, but just do a sanity check, whether it roughly fits to what was shown in the paper, be at least ensure that the data is available in the first place. Every reviewer could do that. Above average data competency? Question mark. No hashtag. And, well, a very special thanks goes to the mastodon tooting people. S. Neumann, Annika Solek, Daniel Müs, Sandra Cese, Stefan Janosch, Jo Etzel, Julia Rakas, Kurt Wies, NFDI, and the initiator, Nathalie Nadel. A very special thanks also to my audience tonight. Hashtag. Thank you.
And what we would like to do now is we wanted to do a little rating of how you liked all the different slams. We remember back to our first slam, which was given, the poetry, which was given by Elena. And the second, a bit hand-wavy slam for taking over for Annalena from myself. The third one, so the first real slam, given by Atishan. And last but not least, the slam given by Christine, who provided us with the tröts.
I have the great honor to announce the winner, and should open our envelope, which we don't have here, but is speaking especially slowly to make it more exciting. Drum roll. Yeah, exactly. So the winner is Christine. Hey. And the others are clearly also winners.